Dear journalists, as we promised, after short delay, we start our briefing and we discuss the Nadia Savchenko's case and the results of this year. And I invite Vira Savchenko, sister of Nadia Savchenko. Good morning. I would like to remind you some facts. I think that you need these reminders. I would like to describe what Nadia has done in jail and what did the opposite party do and what is done in general to liberate our political prisoners. Nadia has started a second starving. During the last years, Nadia starved without any intervals, and she starved during 83 days. Then she had 10 days of interval and 2 weeks of starving again. Now, Nadia, on December 17th, has started the second long starving. Ukrainian politicians quite often say that it's not worth to do that. This will have no impact. The meetings are allowed 2 times per month, and now when my mom goes once a month, I can go there again, also once a month. This time, Nadia had mentioned that she would start series of starvings immediately after the court decision. Having heard this, the court authorities decided to postpone the court proceedings, and Nadia had announced that she was starting the second period of starving, and now I will go there on January 2nd. Now all our hopes stay on the Moscow company and TESS. We also managed to involve a good expert in astronomy from Moscow, and the results of her expertise proved that the video and photos which were made at the site of all the events and which are used as evidences in the court proceedings, they do not coincide with the time of the day and season which is mentioned in the case. Also, Putin had changed his point of view. Back in 2014, Putin mentioned about the exchange of prisoners. He mentioned the name of Savchenko, but this time Putin said that President Poroshenko and him are discussing the exchange of all to all. But at the same time, they put forward the requirement that let us close all the investigations and court proceedings against everybody and then exchange all to all. And we received no official reaction from Ukrainian authorities. That's why now I call for the president of Ukraine either to have a special press conference devoted to Ukrainian prisoners of war in Russia or in occupied territory, or to answer to our requests about her future. About political prisoners in Russia, we know that Sentsov and Kolchenko are on the way to their place of imprisonment. Karpuk and Klich, we hope, will be supported by our activists immediately after the new year. We will go there and support them. About Nadia, she is the member of Ukrainian parliament. She is also member of the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe, and Nadia is working as a politician, and she has submitted her first draft law as a politician, as a lawmaker, and this is the draft law about pretrial imprisonment, and since in Ukraine the investigation, pre-trial investigation, may last for months or even years, during all the time when the investigation is held, the pre-trial detention continues for these people. And since Nadias legislative initiative was passed by the parliament, now all those people who were kept in pretrial detention, and now they will be allowed to go home and to stay with their families. They are extremely happy. Quite often, the investigations may continue for years, and during all this period, when they do not have sufficient amount of evidences, they have to remain in jail while they should not stay in prison. They may stay at home. Speaking about her further political work as a member of parliament, she had submitted a considerable number of the MPs' appeals and requests. The majority of them are dealing with corruption, especially in hospitals. And one of the most offensive cases, for example, several soldiers who now participate in military actions in ATO, they provided Nadia with information that the fuel for the armored vehicles are stolen. and then sold. And also they reported about another fact of corruption, that they were required to pay for boots and vests from Canadian military assistance.
Nadia has the certificate of the participant of military actions from the times of Iraq. So we will give it to the Ministry of Defense. I don't know whether we will give it to the Security Service and the headquarters, general staff, but we will not be able to create the state with such things happening. My impression is that the army is so in such a bad condition that it's easier to first destroy it, eliminate it, and then build a new one. Nadia is grateful to everyone who supports her. The letters come in thousands from all over the world, from Austria, the United States, Canada, Australia, Sweden, the whole Europe, to say nothing about Russia and Ukraine. And very often there are international observers from England, the USA, Austria, the Netherlands, Czech Republic, Baltic states. They are present at the court proceedings. They write the reports. They see what is happening during the court proceedings. We will happen that our Ukrainian politicians will be active next year in relation to our political prisoners. Wait a minute. If there are any questions, clarifications from the audience, no, then thank you. And we wish success in 2016. Our next press conference will take